four-time Grand Slam champion, former world number one, and she just called Alex Eala a star and an inspiration after losing to her in straight sets. But here's the shocking part. Naomi Osaka wasn't the only one stunned. The tennis world expected a battle. What they got was a masterclass. Eala dismantled Osaka 6-4, 6-2 in just 76 minutes, breaking the Japanese star's serve 4 times and committing half the unforced errors. And in her post-match press conference, Osaka didn't make excuses. She made a confession that left everyone speechless. What did the 4-time Grand Slam champion say about the Filipina sensation that has the tennis world buzzing? The William H.G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center was packed to capacity. Philippine flags waved from every section. The chants of "Eala, Eala" echoed across the stadium. And in just 76 minutes, Alex Eala delivered a performance that left the tennis world in complete shock. The 4-time Grand Slam champion, the former world number one. The woman who had won the Australian Open twice and the US Open twice. Naomi Osaka had arrived in Washington as the heavy favorite, the 3rd seed, and the most accomplished player Eala had ever faced. But when the final point was played, it was the 21-year-old from Quezon City who stood victorious, 6-4, 6-2. The match was over in just 1 hour and 16 minutes. The opening set had begun as a battle. Osaka seized a 4-3 lead, her power game finding its mark. The stadium fell silent for a moment. The ghosts of past upsets were creeping back. But Eala, the woman who had already conquered an Olympic gold medalist, a defending champion, and a world number 10, refused to panic. She reeled off 3 straight games to take the first set 6-4. From that moment, the match was never in doubt. Eala raced to a 2-0 lead in the second set and never looked back. She broke Osaka's serve 4 times in the match, converting on 12 breakpoint opportunities. The Japanese star, known for her devastating serve, double faulted 5 times while Eala committed just 1 double fault. The numbers told a story of complete control. The statistics were staggering. Eala won 71% of points on her first serve and 83% on her second. Osaka, by contrast, managed just 59% of her service points. Eala's consistency had completely neutralized the power of a 4-time Grand Slam champion. "I think I played really well. I had a great mentality, and I stayed locked in until the end," Eala said in her post-match interview. But even as she celebrated, she remained grounded. "I'm not like the queen of the world or anything," she told reporters. The victory was the biggest of her career, her first semifinal win in a WTA 500 tournament, her first hard-court final on the WTA Tour, and her second tour-level final overall. She had arrived in Washington as a rising star. She was leaving as a legitimate threat. What would you do if you just defeated a 4-time Grand Slam champion in straight sets? For Alex Eala, the answer was simple. She would stay humble, stay focused, and prepare for the biggest match of her life. The match was over. The scoreboard read 6-4, 6-2. And Naomi Osaka sat in the press conference room, her face a mixture of exhaustion and admiration. She had just been dismantled by a 21-year-old from the Philippines. And instead of making excuses, she made a confession that left the tennis world speechless. "She's an amazing player," Osaka began, her voice steady but carrying genuine emotion. "She's incredible. I think she's a star. And it's just really cool to have someone like her that I guess people can look up to. And for me, I think it's amazing that she's such an inspiration. And I really love hearing her talk because it's really cool the things that she says." Those words weren't the diplomatic praise that players often offer after a loss. They were raw, unfiltered truth from a 4-time Grand Slam champion who had just been outplayed. The Japanese star had been expected to breeze through the semifinal. The former world one is one of the most powerful players on tour, with a booming serve and crushing ground strokes that have carried her to 4 major titles. But on this day, the power was neutralized by patience, and the experience was undone by a fearlessness that belied Eala's 21 years. "She definitely has aura, and she definitely has power, I can tell you," Eala later said of Osaka, acknowledging the challenge she had faced. The statistics told the story of Eala's dominance. Osaka, known for her devastating serve, won points on just 59% of her serves. Eala broke her 4 times in 12 opportunities, a staggering number against a player who is typically so difficult to break. But the numbers only tell half the story. It was the timing of those breaks that truly mattered. The key moment came in the first set. Osaka had seized a 4-3 lead, her power game finding its mark. The stadium fell silent for a moment. The ghosts of past upsets were creeping back. But Eala, the woman who had already conquered an Olympic gold medalist, a defending champion, and a world number 10, refused to panic. She reeled off 3 straight games to take the first set 6-4. From that moment, the match was never in doubt. Eala raced to a 2-0 lead in the second set and never looked back. She broke Osaka's serve 4 times in the match, converting on 12 breakpoint opportunities. The Japanese star, known for her devastating serve, double faulted 5 times while Eala committed just 1 double fault. The numbers told a story of complete control. The way I approached today's match could never count her out. I had to be so locked in, Eala said after the match. I made it a point to be so locked in, which is why until now, I'm still in that mode of kind of competition. I need time to let it sink in. Osaka, for her part, understood exactly what she had witnessed. She had seen the same thing that tournament chairman Mark Ein had described when he revealed that over 80% of ticket inquiries were about Eala. She had witnessed the phenomenon that former U.S. Open champion Andy Roddick had called Eala mania, and she had become the latest victim. It's just really cool to have someone like her that I guess people can look up to, Osaka said. Those words revealed the depth of her respect. And they set the stage for the final showdown, where Eala would face top-seeded Jessica Pegula for the biggest title of her career. The scoreboard read 6-4, 6-2. The crowd was still roaring. But when Alex Eala sat down for her post-match interview, she wasn't celebrating like someone who had just conquered a 4-time Grand Slam champion. She was reflecting like someone who understood exactly what this moment meant. I'm super, super happy, Eala said, her voice steady, but filled with genuine emotion. I think I played really well. And of course, it's such a meaningful match against a great player. So really happy to share the court with Naomi. Such an honor to share the court with her. Those words weren't the bravado of a young player trying to prove something. They were the words of someone who had grown up watching Osaka on television. She definitely has aura, and she definitely has power, I can tell you, Eala said in an interview with the Tennis Channel. I remember watching her finals in the Australian Open and also in the U.S.
Open.
So, really a great experience to share the court with her, and I'm really happy that I was able to produce that level against her.
The numbers backed up her performance.
Eala committed just 18 unforced errors to Osaka's 34. She double faulted once while Osaka had 5. She broke Osaka's serve 4 times in 12 breakpoint opportunities. She won 71% of points on her first serve and 83% on her second. Every statistic told the same story. Eala had been in complete control, but even in victory she remained grounded. I still have so much motivation to become a better player, become a better person. I'm 21, so it's not like I'm the queen of the world or anything, Eala said with a smile. Tennis is such a humbling sport. I look back at how far I've come and where I've come from, and I've come a long way. That's another thing that keeps me grounded. The victory marked Eala's first WTA 500 final appearance and her second tour-level final overall. She had come close at the 2025 Eastbourne Open, falling to Maya Joint in a heartbreaker of a final. But this time she was ready. One more match, I guess, she said, already looking ahead, but I'm super happy. What would you do if you just defeated your idol in straight sets? For Alex Eala, the answer was simple. She would stay humble, stay grounded, and prepare for the biggest match of her life, because she knew that the job wasn't finished yet. The scoreboard reads 6-4, 6-2, but the numbers behind that scoreline tell a story of complete and utter dominance, and they reveal exactly why Naomi Osaka was left stunned. The match lasted just 1 hour and 16 minutes. In that time, Eala produced a performance that was nearly flawless. She committed just 18 unforced errors to Osaka's 34. She double faulted once while Osaka had 5. She won 71% of points on her first serve and an astonishing 83% on her second. The numbers were staggering. But the timing of Eala's breakthroughs was even more significant. Eala created 12 breakpoint opportunities and converted 4 of them. Osaka, by contrast, broke Eala's serve just once out of 4 opportunities. The Filipina's serve efficiency was the foundation of her victory. She won 70.4% of first serves and 78.9% of second serve points, drastically outperforming Osaka in both areas. The first set was the turning point. Both players held comfortably behind strong first serves before Eala's return game made the difference. She stepped inside the baseline in the third game to earn the first break of the match and move ahead 2-1. Osaka responded immediately, breaking back after finally converting on her 4th breakpoint opportunity, despite Eala saving the first 3. The Japanese star then consolidated with a hold to edge in front, 3-2. Both players settled into their service rhythm from there, trading holds to remain level at 4-4. Eala then raised the intensity in the 9th game, dictating rallies off both wings to force another service break before calmly serving out the opener in the next game. The Filipina's cleaner ball striking proved decisive. She committed just 10 unforced errors in the first set compared to Osaka's 18. The second set was a masterclass in control. Eala carried the great play by immediately breaking the former world number 1 serve before backing it up with a comfortable hold to open a 2-0 advantage. After both players held serve over the next 2 games, the Filipina looked primed to tighten her grip on the match in the 5th game, earning 4 breakpoints against Osaka's serve. The 28-year-old rose to the occasion, saving each of them to escape with a crucial hold and trim the deficit to 3-2. But Eala refused to let the missed break chances linger. She held serve with authority before stepping up her aggressive return game to earn a 4th service break against Osaka, putting herself on the brink of victory at 5-2. She would complete the 3-game run with a hold of serve in the 8th game to claim the triumph. The statistics paint a picture of a player who has arrived. Eala had just defeated the most accomplished opponent of her career, and she had done it in dominant fashion. The victory over Naomi Osaka was historic. The semifinal had been a masterclass, but as Alex Eala walked off the court at Rock Creek Park, she knew the job wasn't finished yet. "One more match, I guess," she said with a smile, her voice carrying the weight of everything she had just accomplished. "But I'm super happy." Standing between Eala and the biggest title of her career is Jessica Pegula, the world number 3, the tournament's top seed. The American who ended Eala's breakthrough run at the Miami Open semifinals last year in a tight 3-set battle, 7-6-3, 5-7, 6-3. That match was the moment the tennis world first took notice of the Filipina sensation. Now, 18 months later, they meet again, this time with a WTA 500 title on the line. The stakes couldn't be higher. A victory in the final would add a massive 500 ranking points to Eala's tally, propelling her into the WTA top 20 for the first time in her career. She has already secured a career-high live ranking of world number 24 after her semifinal victory. The $252,000 Champions Prize would be the largest single paycheck of her career, more than double the $90,900 she had already earned for reaching the final. She would become the first Filipina in history to win a WTA singles title. But Eala isn't thinking about the money or the rankings. "I think I just have to trust myself. I'm in the final for a reason," she said. "She is such an amazing player also for a reason, so I think it's going to be a really good match." Pegula, who advanced to the final by defeating Diana Schneider 7-5, 6-4, has already offered her respect to the Filipina sensation. "It's going to be a battle," the American said. "Alex, I'm a big fan of her. She's the future of the tour and she's already here. The final is set, the tickets are sold out, and the entire tennis world is watching." Eala has already defeated an Olympic gold medalist, a defending champion, a world number 10, and a 4-time Grand Slam winner in this tournament alone. She has proven she belongs among the elite. Now only one match stands between her and history. What would you do if everything you'd ever worked for was finally within reach? For Alex Eala, the answer is simple. She would keep fighting. And keep proving that the girl with ruffled socks and light-up shoes can conquer the world. Because she knows that the final isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something even greater.